Hello, I'm here with Leigh Whannell, producer and writer of Insidious 5, The Red Door, but you might also know him as Specs in the previous films. How are you?
I'm good. I walked here. I underestimated a New York summer, so I walked, and now I'm like, do you have a fan or some sort of like? Do you mind if I start stripping off? But no, I'm good. I'm excited to see this movie all finished.
Yeah, it's all finished, right? You know, this is the last installment of the Insidious franchise. I mean, what does it feel like to have it complete, have the saga just done in the dirt, and then moving on to new and other chapters?
It's great. I mean, you know, I wouldn't call it the last because you never know. That's every time Kiss says this is our last tour, I don't believe them. But what feels good is just to have created this movie in 2011. You know, James Wan and I made this film, and it's still resonating, and they're still releasing films that people are excited about. That feels good.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild because I rewatched the first movie and the first Insidious a few days ago just to reacclimate myself with everything and how far it's come since the first movie, especially the actors themselves. And we have Patrick Wilson who's directing. This is his directorial debut. I mean, was there any advice that you gave to him?
I didn't really. I mean, I never want to be that person that's like, hey, listen to me, because I really know. I'm still learning myself as a filmmaker, but you know, if he asked, I would, you know, during the script stage, we would talk a lot. You know, I co-wrote the story, so we did talk a lot, but I tried not to impose myself. You know, one thing you want to do with a director, I think, is let them express how they would do it. I certainly felt that way when I directed the third Insidious film. I wanted to do it my way. I didn't want anyone telling me, like, here's how it should be done.
Absolutely. And I'm a huge horror movie lover. If anyone ever came up to me and said, "What's your favorite movie genre?" I always say horror. And some people don't understand it. What drew you to horror and why?
I don't know. It's hard to unpack, isn't it? Because like you're a horror fan like me, like you don't know why. But I also don't understand it. I meet a lot of people, as I'm sure you do, that say, "Oh, I can't watch horror movies." So many, in fact, that I'm curious how horror films make any money. Because most people I meet will say, "Oh, I can't watch that stuff." So when you meet someone that loves horror, there's a connection. And it's just, I don't know, it's something about we want to be scared. You know, I don't like roller coasters. Like if somebody said to me, let's do that, I'm like, no, that's only a fool would do that. But for some reason, sitting in a dark room, watching a horrific story feels great to me. There's something really cathartic and strangely fun about it.
Yeah, and we have another thing in common because I can't stand roller coasters. Oh, really? I'm scared of heights, so I will
Oh my God. I'm in the same boat as you. It's and like somebody could probably say, well, wait, how come you don't enjoy being scared in this forum, but you love it over here? I just think like, you know, a movie theater is a safe way to experience fear because you are sitting in a seat in a dark room. When the lights come up, it's all over. So I feel like it's a really good way to get all our fears and our worst nightmares out, and then you can go out into the world, you know. Where on a roller coaster, you really do have to go up really high.
Yes. And then eventually you come down, but I think it's the fear of what if you don't come down?
Exactly. Like, I don't want to. Yeah, you won't catch me bungee jumping anytime soon.
Right.
But if somebody says to me, "Oh my God, I saw a film the other day, scariest movie I've ever seen," I will run to see that movie because It sounds weird, but I'm excited to be scared in a horror movie context.
1,000%. My last question for you, Leigh, is what scares you the most besides roller coasters?
Well, yeah, I think real life is way more scary than, like, horror movies are my escape from the real world. Like, you know, paying taxes and getting things done and getting kids to all the real world stuff, you know, nothing's scarier than a phone bill that says final notice in red letters and you're like, you know, like I always felt like I was failing at life and sought refuge in imaginary worlds. So yeah, I would say real life. The real world, the adult world, adulting is scary. Horror movies are fun.
Very true. You know what? I'm going to pose this as the last question because you just said something really profound that adulting is scary, and we're seeing Dalton adulting, but he's still battling these demons. I mean, can you talk to us more about that theme in and of itself, because it's quite impactful, and as we're seeing things in the real world, a lot of kids in Generation Z and even mine, millennials, it's scary out here. There's a lot of things that are quite what's to come around the corner. So
Yeah.
talk to us about that, Dalton's journey, being a college student, facing his demons, and doing that alongside with his dad as well, once again.
Yeah, I just think it was a great way for the Insidious films to go because, Dalton was, Ty Simpkins was a child when he did that first movie. And I remember being on set with him. He was actually really scared of the actors playing the ghosts. We had to try all sorts of techniques to calm him down. We would have the actors talk to him in the makeup trailer and say, in an hour I'll have makeup on and I'll look scary. So now he's the exact age he would be in the film. He's college-age kid. So it seems like a natural fit to pick up with Ty again at this age and find out where he's at. That's what made me interested to tell the story, was that the time was right. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Leigh. It's been awesome.